Good afternoon, everyone. Today I am going to explain the logical layer architecture for the web service. First of all, I would introduce the concept of layering. As we know, it is a very common technique that software designers use to break apart a complicated software system. In layering, each layer is a package of software that has a well-defined interface and a few well-known dependencies with other layers. In that, each layer implements one technical function within the application. For example, a data access layer is responsible for encapsulating the technical means for accessing a database. Now we are having a three-layer architecture of the logical layers. In that, we are having different types of layer: presentation layer, service layer, domain layer, infrastructure layer. Each layer is having its own functionality that I am going to explain. First one is the presentation layer. It is also known as the front-end layer, user interface layer. Presentation layer is responsible for creating and displaying the user interface and handling user interaction. The data shown is fetched from the domain layer. Next one is the service layer. Service layer is also known as the web service layer. Service layer is responsible for exposing a web service API and returning a method result as the XML format or the JSON format. Next one is the domain layer. The domain layer is also known as the business layer. It is responsible for all the business logic in the application. The domain layer consists of two things: domain model and the domain service. The domain model is also known as the business model, business object, or the business entity. Domain model is responsible for having a model that reflects how a business stakeholder look at the world. It consists of entities with relationship and behavior. Now the domain service is also known as the business service or the business manager. In that, business logic that does not belong within the entity. The next one is the infrastructure layer. It is also known as data access layer, repository layer. It is responsible for querying a database, calling a web service, and sending an email, etc. Now we are having the working of the architecture, which I have explained in the context of a banking system. Suppose a user wants to know which customer is working in the organization or run his own business. The user can get that thing using the layering architecture, using the logical layering architecture. In that, the user firing the query in the XML form at the service layer. The service layer fetches the customer and the account detail from the domain layer. At that domain layer, we are having two things: domain model and the domain service. The domain model makes the result in the compatible form and gives the result to the infrastructure layer. And the infrastructure layer in turn make the customer and the account fetcher database command to the database. Then database will give the appropriate result. The results are given to the infrastructure layer, and then infrastructure layer send the given result to the domain layer. The domain layer make the customer building service, which is then sent to the presentation layer. The customer builder service is generated by the domain service. At the presentation layer, the customer status controller works and give the index view of the result and give the result in the HTML format to the user. Then why should we have many layers? We are having the certain advantages of having the layering system as listed here. That are we are having less code per layer. If we are having a single layer architecture, we have to do a lot of programming, lot of code. But we have to divide the architecture in a layering form, then we have to do the programming or the coding part for a particular layer. That is very low as compared to the previous one. In that layering concept, we are having the reduced complexity. It is easier to maintain. It is very easier to add new functionality in the layering system. A layering system is easier to test. And that layering system, we are having the concept of reuse code across application. Now we are having the pros and cons of the layering system. We are having the different pros, which are: you can understand a single layer as a coherent whole without knowing much about the other layer. As I told earlier, separation of concern among components are there. Components are reusable by multiple applications, as I also listed previously. independent team able to work on the part of solution. That is a very important advantages of the layering system. Now we are having the crowns. In that layer encapsulates some but not all things well. As the result, you sometimes get cascading changes. That is a very big drawback. And another one is extra layer can harm a performance. Thank you.